Hey guys, JLew here. Man, this has been 2 years ago since I've done this tournament and started competing. Quite a long time. Anyway, today we're going to go ahead and break down my first ever Grappling Industries tournament. Hope you guys like it and enjoy the content that I'm going to do, because I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a solid breakdown of my first experience of getting into Jiu-Jitsu competition. Okay, quick background story. So I pretty much just moved to Austin, Texas, all the way from Washington State, which is a very long drive. So right after I ended up settling in, after like 1 week, I ended up finding a jiu-jitsu gym, which was part of the association Braza, and I started training there. Just quick Google search. It was one of the closest ones that had 5 stars, so I just went to it. And I ended up seeing Grappling Industries on a bulletin board. And I went up to the professor and asked him, hey, can I do this tournament next week? Because I heard some people were going ahead and signing up for it. And he's like, I wish you trained until January to do it, but why not? Go knock yourself out. My wife's gonna do it, and we can help you out. And I was just like, yeah, okay. And I had wrestling experience, so this didn't seem like too big of a deal. So I just toughed it out and said, we'll figure this out. But anyway, I highly recommend people who are trying to do their first tournament to do Grappling Industries. You can go on a website called Smooth Comp and just type in Grappling Industries, and it will find one near your area and get a solid 8 to 10 matches. Make sure you're in shape, and it will be a good experience for you. Anyway, let's get to the breakdown.
Good job. Dominic, on top. Get on top.
Man, I was one nervous guy. Eventually the match begins, and I bow in, thinking that's necessary, and the ref just starts immediately, like I'm not even ready. Anyway, I go for a Russian, and he tries to go for a trip, but I defend it well. I'm using head position to go ahead and prevent him from shooting any shots, and having good defense just gave me advantage. He tries to snap my head, trying to go for a loop choke. Unfortunately, our horns are locked and we're at a stalemate trying to fight grips. Luckily, he ends up blundering. I get the opportunity to land an Ogoshi and get the takedown.
Let's go, yes! Good job! Settle down, just settle, just set.
Unfortunately, I released pressure, which caused him to regain his closed guard. Then I have the guard beatdown of a lifetime. I'm literally hanging on to his armpits for dear life, trying not to get submitted in some kind of choke or swept. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this up for you guys just because this is kind of boring, but you'll still be able to see the action. I really was trying not to stall. I just had trouble trying to get out of his guard. It was hard. After burning my forearms, I eventually get the win 2-0. Now on to the next match. We start match 2 locking horns with collar and hand grips driving on each other. My opponent decides to stamp me down a few times. I decide to go for a few things. Eventually we go out of bounds just because I end up getting underhook trying to Ogoshi him, but he's very big. Well, we get into some more throwing exchanges. Unfortunately, I had an opportunity to take the back, and I didn't collapse on it. I just body locked him and went out of bounds. Oh well. Eventually, I get a solid underhook and fully commit on a Hogoshi, which gets me the takedown. Welcome everyone to the guard beatdown part 2.
Remember what I told you, Head up. The hand, grab the two collars, hold his chest.
There you go.
That's it, right. Do it again.
Put the knee in.
Do it again, slide the knee over. Slide the knee over his right. Watch the flush.
Faster.
He starts off strong, gave me in a triangle.
Move to your left.
I'm gonna speed this one up a little bit just because it takes me a long time to get out of this triangle, but somehow, some way, I get out of it. Eventually he gives up and tries to do an omoplata, and I go ahead and walk over the head and escape.
There you go. Yes.
In tournaments like this, the most amount of exhaustion happens in the second match. My opponent and I are just currently now full on instinct, exhausted, trying to push it. He knows he needs 2 points, so he tries to technical stand, and I double leg him straight in the turtle and shut it down. I try to take his back, then I try to mount him, and in the exchange, he ends up getting single leg X and sweeping me out of bounds. Luckily, it went out of bounds, so there was no point scored.
Don't get taken down, bro.
Oh my, thank you Jiu-Jitsu rules for stating that you must hold the position for a certain amount of time, which I think it's about like 5 seconds. So yeah, in wrestling I would have been screwed, but I won. Well, if the keyboard warriors are gonna go nuts, this is the clip. So I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds to go ahead and type out your comments. You're good? Okay, on to the next match. Now this is my first exposure to the Homo sapien guard puller. Even when I just touched his hand, he immediately jumps guard. Welcome to the closed guard beatdown part 3, where I speed the video up so I don't bore you guys.
Push up. Come on. Let's stand up and open up. Posture. Go. Hold him on his side.
Eventually I get the stack pass.
Drop your hip.
Drop the hip and get the point. Hold the head. Right hand around the head. Right hand.
Yes.
Hold him. Got the point.
Relax. Let him look.
Calm down.
Relax. Don't get greedy.
Just to get put back in the closed guard. Start the speed up. I definitely started to get some forearm cramps, and I definitely had a few gi burns on my face. Eventually, I win the match for the best cuddles. Now on to the next match. We start match 4 trading grips, and I eventually take him down with a very easy pick single.
You like to waste time standing up. Lock it up. Don't let him lock from down one. Don't let him lock from down one. Snap now. Over the head. Yeah,
Nice.
Don't walk. Whatever your body feels the change. Shoulder press. Listen. Underhook. Walk him. East side of the hook. Underhook first.
My opponent spazzes out, giving a little bit of a bridge, which gives me an opportunity to go ahead and get my feet out with a windshield wiper and take them out. Whoa, the table's just turned. Now I gotta defend my back.
Stand up, stand up.
That's it. Single.
Drive, Joseph, drive, Joseph.
Move back. There's a handle back there. Relax back. Move back. Up. Single leg. Hands together.
I grab a leg and I wrestle out of bounds.
Walk the leg, all next walking line. Finish the move, Joseph.
Crack down.
On this side. Yeah.
We get caught and I go flying from an Uchimata. I immediately recover, get my sweep, and get out of a foot lock and pass out of bounds.
Yes.
My opponents really did traumatize me with close guard.
Side control.
I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward the part of me smashing him. It's kind of boring. I eventually knee slice into mount. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward me mounting the person. What I'm trying to do is get a cutter choke or a Ezekiel while the guy's whispering me sweet profanity and cuss words right into my ear trying to bridge out. Eventually, I finished the match in mount. Now it's on to the finals. Well, my final match is against Andrew, my opponent from my second match. And anyone that was a little bit suspicious about the takedown decision, doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and duke it out.
Run the pipe. Run it.
Man, I gotta keep stuff inside the mat.
Joseph, step outside, pitch to the left, the foot up.
Eventually goes for a shot and I stuff it. I try to go ahead and get the headlock and try to get a guillotine, but he immediately grabbed my hands and pulls away.
Near ankle spin.
Inside, Joe.
What you notice here is my head position on his chest / shoulders is shutting down a lot of his offense, and he's not able to do anything because I just have really good head position.
Right hand inside, right hand on the neck, right hand on the neck, right hand on the neck, right hand on the neck. Don't let him up.
Eventually I see the opening, and I launch him right on his head with no goshi.
Beautiful.
Now we are back again with the closed guard beatdown. Round, I don't even know.
Spear him here, Joe. Spear him here. 3.5 to go. 3.5 to go. On the neck, on the neck. Watch your hand on the neck. Go, go. Grab some pressure on his neck. Run, run, run. Step over the head. Step over the head. Step over the head. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. Posture, posture. Come on, come on. Step over the head. Step over the head. Drop, posture. Look up, look up, look up, man. Look up, look up. Look up, Joe. Look up, Joe. Cross that elbow, Joe. Look up, look up. Look up. Look up, Joe. Look up, Joe. I'm on it. Stand up. Watch it up.
Unfortunately, he catches me in a triangle, and I have to tap. It sucks that I had to go 4-0 and then make it to the finals, then get tapped with a triangle, but honestly, I had a solid run, and I learned a lot. Well, guys, this is how rivalries bloom. So pretty much the next time we fight was a super fight, and it ended up being a really good match, which will be another YouTube video later. Thank you for watching, guys. Like and subscribe for part 2, where I go ahead and show the Noki part of Grappling Industries.